Hi, this is Corey, and here's another Synchro Training video. One of the more common questions that I get asked is how to print in Synchro. And really, it's pretty straightforward. It's pretty much what gets shown on the screen is going to be printed on your page. So we're somewhat limited in our options, but at the same time, it's pretty straightforward. And I'm welcoming more feedback as we move forward. So, as I said, what's on the screen is what's going to be on the page. And right now I have additional columns shown that may not be necessary to print out. So if you have your layout set up, we can open a layout. We don't need to save our current layout. And here would be our standard layout with duration, start, and finish. So I go up to File, Print, and here I have a listing of 3 tabs at the top of the screen. First, I select my PDF printer, and then I go to Preferences. This is where I set the page orientation. So you need to do that for your particular printer that you're working with. I nearly always recommend printing to PDF first and then sending that PDF to the printer. Just most scheduling software, printing can be a little bit tricky, so you want to make sure that it works effectively, and then the PDF is a very reliable method of printing. So we go to Landscape, and then you would go to Advanced Printer Options to set your page size. I'm just going to use letter. Then I hit OK. So I don't hit print or cancel. I need to make sure I hit apply before I do any of these other options. So I say apply. In my layout, I want to make sure I'm fitting to exactly one page horizontally, and then vertically to go actual size. Synchro does have trouble fitting to exactly a vertical page size. So you say actual page size for vertical, usually uncheck date range. I'll talk some more about this in a little bit. And then in our legend, this is where we handle our footer information. So I can pick which date that I want to have in my footer. The client is our Beck students. Revision number. CM, you can put your own company logo. So our Beck 100, we say apply, and then we go to a print preview. So we'll notice here that everything prints out in the exact same way that it was on the screen. And if I was to then say print, we will get our 6-page PDF. Now, here's where the good and the bad comes in for printing in Synchro. So, in printing, Synchro understands the expand state of the project. So if I click these minus buttons, that is exactly what will be printed on the screen. And also, so if I want to not show my relationship lines in my printout, I need to go to View, Gantt Details, and it's actually Show Links, and say None. So you're not showing any of your links. Also, Synchro has a feature that can be frustrating at times but helpful at others, that if I highlight activities, those are going to be printed as highlighted activities. So here I'm just going to go to File, Print Preview again, and we can see that my schedule is going to be printed with the expand state understood, and then also these highlighted activities. I can also apply a filter, so if I wanted to do a 2-week look ahead, the filter is going to go appropriate. And then also, if I want to unselect, I need to go down to the bottom of my schedule by pressing the End key, or Control End, and then down. So if I click on one of these activities here down below where there are actual activities, then as I go to my File, Print Preview, nothing is going to be shown. One last thing to talk about is the date range that Synchro is going to be setting up. And as we said in our print options with layout, we didn't have a date range. If I go to print preview, I can see that Synchro fits the duration of the project in the remaining space. So oftentimes that's good, but if you want to show some extra text, in this case right here, we need to look at where the end of the project duration is. So right now it's going about until August of 2013. If I wanted to extend that to the rest of my project duration, it might be like August of 2014. And do a preview. And then you can continue to adjust this until it works for your particular project. So maybe it's 2016, we say apply, review, and now we're fitting all of our text on the screen at one time. A final location for printing options are here in Tools Options. And if we go to Gantt chart and printing, we have some different options. If I check this scale text font, then if we hover over it, it will tell us what we do. When it's checked, the font size goes to 15, and if not, it goes to whatever font we have listed here. And typically the fonts print out a bit smaller than on the screen. I typically work in a larger font size so that I can see it better. And then we have other options here that can be finagled if you are having issues with printing. So it's fairly straightforward to print in Synchro, but there are some tricks to it. And if you do have ideas that you would like to bring to the Synchro developers, please let me know and we can take those up. One final thing also is to talk about the focus time and the data date, that those do show up on the screen. And if you do not want your focus time to show up, just simply click outside of your print area and it will not be showing up. There, right now that one wasn't outside the print area. So let's try that again. File, print preview, and you can see that it's not there in the area. Sometimes this extra page will show up, but as I go to actually print, when you print again, you got to make sure that the PDF is closed. As we can see, it only prints one page. So, and you can see that I did have this highlighted, so I might need to print it again. Thanks for watching, and come back for more information on Synchro. Thanks.